Hey, what's up, YouTube, and welcome to Game 2 of our doubleheader Morticians versus Engineers. So, we're going at it with the same teams as the last game: Scalpel, Vileswarm, Brainpan Memory, Vet Hemlock, Vet Graves, and Bonesaw versus Pinvice, Mainspring, Fuse, Spade, Locust, and Salvo. This time, Aaron won the coin toss and decided to receive again. And this time, I'm going to be kicking off with Salvo. So, back to basics here. Except I'm going to go a little cute there on the kick. You can see kicking deep towards the bottom of the screen. Now, the Morticians are still playing a 2-2 game. Again, maintain possession control. That two-man game with Bonesaw and Vet Graves so strong at controlling the ball. 2, they want to win the momentum race. And 3, work on that takeout pressure. You know, take some active influence off the board. Take a hostage. That's a great way to play 2-2. For the Engineers, we are still playing the 3-0 game because of the weird lineup. And again, score first. If you're playing a 3-0 team, get on the board, get that goal first. 2, I need to do a better job exploiting my loose ball tech. I have good loose ball tech. I am not really using it as much in the first game. And 3, I really got to get this influence allocation down. Lots of hungry players for influence here on this particular lineup, and I got to figure out how to get Fuse more involved in the game. I feel like I understand Spade pretty well. She's a pretty straightforward piece. Fuse is rather confusing. I think we should just call him Confuse. Yeah, well, he is kind of interesting, and I think he's actually quite good. But I am still working on unlocking his potential for the Engineers team. So yeah, this is a doubleheader. We just went right back into this other game here, and it's going to be another good one, I think. Both of the games that we played are very good, and let's see if we can get Fuse involved a little bit more in this game, and also work on Pinvice. So let's go ahead and speed up our footage here. And you can see Vet Graves. All Vet Graves can do is sprint out to the ball. Did not have the room to get out and do anything. And I am going to just... I'm like, let's just do the thing. Let's just do the thing. Let's go in with Salvo immediately. Fired the floored bolt. So we'll knock down Vet Graves. And dodge towards him. I get a favorable ball scatter this time. Tether the ball. Kick the ball back over to Mainspring. So this is going to be a tough first turn here for Aaron, because now I have possession of the ball and nothing is in reach, really. Me playing off to the side like that. So here goes. It looks like Vet Hemlock is just going to legendary on Bonesaw and call it. I'm going to kick the ball over to Pinvice with the cricket and roll 4 ones. Great. And the ball's going to scatter way out there. I'm just going to go ahead and snap the ball and then unsnap it back onto Pinvice there. So now Bonesaw is also going to play super aggressive here. He's going to go into Pinvice, and I'm going to counter. So he tries to burn the first close control. I don't think he gets it. I think he's just 1 damage. I end up on the counter. I get a double dodge, and that's just fatal. Like that's like turn at this point, because there's not much left for him to do. I crowd him out with Locust. Brainpan and Memory have nobody within reach. I'm sorry, it looks like just Vileswarm went. Then Pinvice is going to go ahead and pass to Fuse and put deletion on Fuse, and then jog up. So now Brainpan and Memory are going to go. With nothing in range, we're just going to sprint up with Brainpan and move Memory all the way into the play. Fuse is going to go. Now, I should have just unsnapped the ball and walked up to the puppet and attacked the puppet a few times, but I did pass the ball to Spade and dodge Spade up. Well, actually, hold on. I'm trying to figure out if I can actually get in there with fuse, and he doesn't quite have the reach or the trajectory to do it. So yeah, he passes over to Spade. Then he goes into the puppet, and he's going to do a couple of attacks on the puppet, gain a momentous push dodge, and then land non-momentous 2, but with deletion up, goes to 3, and I get I take out the puppet there just for momentum. Scalpel is going to sprint up to the board, hit all 3 of us with Spirit Bomb. So crazy nice dice spike there, needing a 4, 5, and then a 6 for each character respectively. And he's hitting all like 5s and 6s. So really nice play there. And then manages to just try to place himself in an annoying spot. I start to measure this out with Spade, and this takes a couple of tries because I'm still figuring out her trajectories. It doesn't look like I measure it twice trying to go up the middle, and that's not the way to do this. You should, well, I figure it out eventually. So it's like, okay, I could do that, and then I would need the push dodge out on 3 to get in goal range on a 4-1 target on 3 dice. That's terrible odds. So instead, I'm just going to sprint back over to, well, hold on. Still trying to figure it out. It's not going to work, buddy. Yeah, there we go. So if I sprint over to Hemlock and then place around Hemlock into goal range, and then controlled detonation, move Hemlock out of the way, then I can finally kick a goal. Putting the Engineers up 4 to the Mortician 0. Aaron will throw the ball back up towards the middle of the field there. Try to land a snap back here with I'm not really sure who's no, it's no one can get this ball. That was the end of the turn, but the ball did land really nicely on Scalpel there. And it looks like we play a seize the initiative, so I dodge towards Scalpel with Pin Vice. Scalpel dodges towards cover. So now this looks pretty straightforward, right? I could go into Scalpel with Pin Vice, try to tackle that ball, and then score it upwards. The counterattack is kind of scary, though. So I end up doing a dumb thing instead. And I want to get Fuse more involved in the game. So I place with Fuse and then go to base with Pin Vice. Try to tackle the ball. I think I fail to do anything. Pin Vice on the counter manages to double push me out. I didn't realize that he had that great of a double push, but hey, he does. Then I just do my play to get back within base of him, and I'm going to tackle the ball. Actually, wait. Yeah, it looks like I tackle the ball, but I can't do anything with it. I just tackle the ball and just kind of sit there with 1 momentum. Vet Hemlock's going to go crowd people out, try to throw a blind and then fail. And now Scalpel's going to go. So Scalpel's going to start rearranging stuff. Just go lay into Fuse there. Take the ball. This is where Scalpel is just absolutely terrifying. Just her ability to rearrange the whole board while murdering one of your players. And so he frees up Locust there. Still working on Fuse. Moves Bonesaw into a nice spot. Then finally moves Fuse out of the way with him almost dead. And then instead of going for a goal, she passes the ball back to Vet Graves. So again, he's trying to play that, let's just keep the ball dead long enough and save my goal towards the end of the turn. It's a good strategy, and it's super deadly with, close control 3-2 on the board. Unless I just decide to shoot him again, which I do with Salvo. Shoot him, Swift strikes out, ball lands favorably again. Now I could tether it and do nothing with it, or I could play a little more dicey here, and I'm going to because I'm up. So I'm going to go ahead and snap the ball, and then I'm going to kick it. I'm going to actually, looks like I take an attack on Vet Graves, and then kick the ball out of bounds. So I kick the ball out of bounds and it scatters directly to brain pan memory, which is, I'm okay with that, because if it forces him to take a goal, then we go back into the shootout, and I'm cool with that. So he has to go with brain pan and memory, and he does not want to take the goal. Now, I'm of two minds about this. I don't know, maybe if you keep not taking the goal, eventually your dice is going to run out, and you're going to run out of opportunities. But anyways, he manages to get the ball back to Bonesaw and dodges Bonesaw back up, trying to save that goal for later. I'm not within jog distance of Bonesaw, but I am within charge distance of him. So I'm going to charge him with Locust, I believe, and I'm going to just knock the ball down, or knock down Bonesaw. And I apologize for all that trash there in the bottom corner of the screen. We're not expecting so much weird stuff to happen. I circled the ball. There it is, guys. It's in the middle of all that trash, and I'm sorry, but that's where the ball is. Meanwhile, Vet Graves is going to go up. He's going to smack Salvo, and he's hoping to get some momentum in order to stand up Bonesaw. Just does a little damage. Doesn't really do anything there. Pinvice is going to go into Vet Hemlock, and I'm like, okay, screw it. This ball just is eluding me to no end, so I'm just going to rack up a bunch of momentum, try to win turn. Meanwhile, Valswarm is going to charge into Salvo. The dice are not favorable here, but he manages to do a little bit of damage and get some momentum. And finally, it looks like I'm going to go with Spade. Spade is going to crowd out Vet Hemlock some more. Take a couple swings into Vet Hemlock and just add to my momentum lead. All right, so I'm playing for that momentum lead in the following turn. Here comes Bonesaw. Finally, Bonesaw goes. Manages a crazy push dodge on 5 dice against my 3-2. Because why not? Why not? Why not hit all of them? So Aaron's dice all up and down the board. Manages to get the push dodge. Loses the initiative, unfortunately, though. Because of... just because I spent the rest of the turn kind of racking that up. All right, and I believe I'm +1 move this turn and totally forget about it. So now it looks like I am going to go with Locust. No, sorry, I'm going with Pinvice. And I just go directly, deletion on myself, and I go directly into Vet Hemlock there. And I'm going to end up scoring the takeout on Vet Hemlock. Spoiler alert. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. And I'm going to kill her with 1 left on myself. And there she goes. And then I'm going to walk over, crowd out the puppet, and put up my legendary. So I am planning on doing something with the legendary later in the turn. Engineers are up 6-0 to the Morticians. Valswarm is going to go into Salvo, do some more attacks there. And try to work down Salvo a little bit more. Not sure why he didn't take the goal. Actually, I do know why. He's just trying to bide his time and not take the goal. Trying to play for patience here, which is kind of cool. I go into Bonesaw with Locust, knock Bonesaw down, and then I use remote control to kick the ball off the board, hoping for a good scatter. And this time it's going to bounce once again towards Brain Pan Memory. So Memory's going to respawn there. Brain Pan's going to jog back, snap up the ball, pass it to Memory, dodge Memory up a little bit, and there goes Memory. And then I believe Memory is going to dodge up and shoot the goal. And now the Morticians are on the board. 6-4 Engineers to Morticians. I throw the ball back in. Ball's going to scatter super wide. So the Cricket has another chance to redeem himself. Picks up the ball and passes it over to Spade. Actually hits this time. And Spade is going to dodge up there. Had half a mind to pass the Fuse again, but that's a super bad idea. Meanwhile, Scalpel is going to go into Salvo and just continue to shred this poor guy who has tethered the ball, knocked down Graves twice, and tethered the ball twice. So his tech has been very valuable this game. So even though he does not get a goal, he is basically MVP of the game, though, just to kill that two-man game. I think Locust and Salvo are shutting down the two-man game there of Bonesaw and Graves. But down goes Salvo. Score is now 6-all. And Graves is going to go and crowd out Fuse. So now Spade is going to go, and I'm going to bounce back, push Graves out of the play, pass to, it looks like pass to Fuse. And I'm going to dodge while Fuse is going to pass the ball back to me because the legendary's up. I'm going to dodge up with Spade and kick the goal, putting the Engineers to 10 and the Morticians at 6. Ball goes back in. It's a nice little scatter there for Vet Graves again. Graves is going to pick up the ball, jog forward. Actually, I think he Shadow Likes back and then picks up the ball and then parks there. So again, still playing with dead ball in the corner there. I don't really have anybody left this turn to mess around with except for Fuse. So Fuse is going to place, jog over, place in base with Bonesaw, do a couple of attacks on Bonesaw. And I'm going to try to get turn here, but that's not likely because after Scalpel went, Scalpel had a big old pile of turn of momentum, essentially. Score, push, dodge, and another dodge. Bonesaw is going to slide out the other way, and Bonesaw manages to do more push dodges, and he's going to win the momentum race here. So he's going to be up 9-6 on momentum going into the next turn. Aaron's going to win momentum, and I think he plays Grudge Match. And he puts Grudge Match on Fuse, and I put it on Bonesaw. And so he's got to score 6 points. He's going to try to score 6 points here with Vet Graves. So he's going to go in. First die roll isn't so hot, but still getting what he wants. And because I think I was dumb and I left him on 5. If I had healed him, this game is very safe. But now he has a shot for a tap, and he passes to Memory and tries a snapshot. And in retrospect, he probably could have just dodged Memory up and probably would have won the game at that point. But Memory misses a snapshot. Ball scatters off the board. It's going to scatter finally favorably, not on Brain Pan where it's been scattering all day long. Spade is going to go get it and basically walk over and shoot that final goal. That's going to do it for this video. I want to thank everyone for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.